The world's oceans are warmer this time of year than any other year on record. That's according to the latest data from the US Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They found the oceans are just over 0.2 degrees Celsius warmer than previously recorded for May. While the increase may not sound like much, scientists say the impacts of small temperature changes on biodiversity and humans are substantial. Oceans absorb 90% of the heat trapped by greenhouse gases. The cooling climate pattern known as La Niña ended in March. The burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil and gas is accelerating the climate crisis, causing more extreme weather. Sally Jensen spoke to Aziz Muller from Academia Sinica to find out more about how the record-breaking ocean heat is affecting people and wildlife.
So the oceans are currently hotter for this time of year than any other year on record. So I want to ask, is this normal?
So what we're kind of seeing in the ocean now is a very unprecedented kind of spike in global temperatures. But even without this spike, especially in the tropics, we've experienced marine heat waves over the past 2 or 3 years pretty regularly as well. So our ecology has already been damaged even before this spike, which is kind of important as well.
So the last time ocean temperatures broke records was in 2016, when the Great Barrier Reef lost around 70% of its corals, which is sad. But what does that mean for people?
If we imagine this happening in Taiwan, this is industries completely collapsing, people's lives and livelihoods. We're talking about millions of people around the world, billions of people, relying on coral reefs to provide them with a livelihood, but also seafood as well.
And what effect would warming oceans have for Taiwan's coral reefs?
2020, we had a mass bleaching event occurring all around Taiwan, but mainly in the south. And this devastated reefs, but they were able to recover to some extent, showing the resilience of Taiwan's reefs. But it's the fear of recurrent disturbances that maybe they are just not kind of built or for that, specifically for heat-related tolerance. When it comes to typhoons, they've endured a lot over thousands of years. But when it comes to coral bleaching, it's a big fear for scientists, not only in Taiwan, but around Southeast Asia as well, where corals are not prepared for this.
Do you think enough is being done to stop these effects?
I would say most definitely not, both on a global scale and in terms of Taiwan. And most of the things that we are contributing to in terms of conservation, in terms of kind of fighting climate change, these are things which are social norms. These are things which we should be doing anyway. We should be conserving our biodiversity. We should be recycling. We shouldn't be using single-use plastic. But the big things, which are challenging for sure, they will change our way of life. But in the long run, it will lead to a more prosperous society.